sports, yeah, BowTie. We gon' catch it all from the court side. Got the lights, camera, action for the whole nine. You name it and we got it at the BowTie. BowTie sports, yeah, BowTie. We gon' catch it all from the court side. Got the lights, camera, action for the whole nine. You name it and we got it at the BowTie. All of the sports, you can catch it at the BowTie. Commentary special with the bird's eye. You can watch it for your favorite like a franchise. Come and get your info from the BowTie. Talk about the plays, it's a rewind. You know that we got it at the BowTie. Running through the specs, Nike Reebok. Touchdowns, three-pointer, whichever you like. All you gotta do is watch, listen to the game plan. Pinning all the stats for the whole squad. Special teams or the starters or even the main man. Yeah, we do interviews at the BowTie. BowTie sports, yeah, BowTie. We gon' catch it all from the court side. Got the lights, camera, action for the whole nine. You name it and we got it at the BowTie. BowTie sports, yeah, BowTie. We gon' catch it all from the court side. Got the lights, camera, action for the whole nine. You name it and we got it at the BowTie.
Welcome in, everybody. This is your main man, BowTie Sports. We're here with Coach Dre. And we got a special guest today, Nick Agnew of Chiefs.com. Chiefsblitz.com. We're going to be talking all things Chiefs. And if you guys have missed it, it looks like Chris Jones is getting closer on his. A little bit about the Commanders having their first home game sold out. Will Mike Evans get traded in the mid-season? The Colts cornerback Rush has signed with the Chiefs on the practice squad. And we're going to be previewing the Detroit Lions versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Also, we're going to be talking about Chris Jones. And not so serious with the Joker, we got Prescott signing a Packers hat. Oh, my. And with Coach Dre, sticking with the schemes, we have his coach. A lot of people criticizing him for the things he said yesterday, and I don't agree with it.
The Killers.
How about the Killers? Is it going to be Killers on the show? So we'll see. With that said, guys, let's get this show on the road. How everybody doing today?
Doing great. Doing great,
guys. Nice to be on the other end. Come at me, all blazing.
So we got a special guest today, guys. We have Mr. Nick. Go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody.
Nick Athen, Chiefsblitz.com. Some of you may remember me from my Warpaint Illustrated days back in the day with the website and the magazine, the Out of Bounds podcast. Been covering the Chiefs and NFL for about 25, 30 years. So as you guys know, your partner's on that site too. So it's great. It's great coming on the other end.
All right, can you talk what's more what you got going on today? What more you got going on in your life right about now?
In my life, oh boy,
yeah.
I got a soon to be 7-year-old little boy, so it's an eventful process every single day. We moved back to the Midwest, which has been pretty great. Lived in Florida for about 7 years, but getting a little crazy down there, a little busy, a little expensive. So came back to our roots and looking forward to the Chiefs season and just kind of doing things a little different. And I'm excited about the future.
What you got going on with the Chiefs Blitz? Where people can find there?
Well, go to Chiefsblitz.com. It's a new website that we've developed, kind of similar in the style of what we did at Warpaint Illustrated. Nothing mean, nothing cruel, stories, things to make you think. Obviously, we started our YouTube channel. We're working on that. And pretty excited about that. My boy Debo did the Dustin and Debo show on 101 The Fox. That was some crazy stuff. That's all I got to tell you. We did that for one season. I've been a diehard fan my whole life. next door neighbor, Bobby Bell and Hank Stram growing up. So pretty charmed, but cheeseblitz.com, we're really pushing it and putting a lot of content out. We're going to have more special guests. We've got some older players that are going to come and visit with us as well. So I'm pretty excited about the future. We're only a month old, and I'm very surprised that we've had the traffic we've had and the amount of likes and followers. And so I think we're onto something here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think you're right. Well, you got any questions, Dre? Go ahead.
Hey, listen, I ain't got no questions. The only question I got is wait till my segment when I talk about the best coach in the league.
The best coach in the league.
Best coach in the league.
Sir, get out of here.
And in Arizona, I can tell you that.
Yeah. Oh, snap. Oh, he started.
Did you see that video?
I've seen the video.
Oh,
I have
God.
seen it. But every great man had to earn his due. And he did. Andy Reid is like Belichick. You got Belichick and Reid here. If you lose against these guys, I'm not even mad. But you got to the dance, though. He got to the dance. You can boo me all you want, sir. You can boo me all you want. He got to the dance.
Who got to the dance?
And JJ, he got to the dance. He got to the Super Bowl, right? With that great defense he had. Now we can say the field was wet.
No.
All right. I'll leave it alone.
We're not doing the field thing. I've watched that game at least a dozen times, maybe more, and I can count equal number of slips, including from the quarterback on a bad ankle who ran 20 yards. No. I'm sorry. No. The Chiefs won the game because they got the best player on the planet, and that's why they pulled it out. Pure and simple. It wouldn't have mattered if they were playing. It wouldn't matter if it's raining, snow, and playing in mud. There's no way Mahomes was losing.
You bringing the heat, sir. It's all right. I'm gonna save that one. I'm gonna save it. I got you.
So, Nick, going back to about you, all the stuff that you've been doing, sports, World Prank Illustrated. What do you miss about those days?
Oh man, honestly, it was a time when all the players were approachable. I had a very good relationship during that run with Herm Edwards, who I still talk to, and Carl Peterson. For whatever you want to say about the guy, I'll say this: he deserves to be in the Ring of Honor for what he did for this organization. He taught me about everything you can know about the back end of the business of pro football. But I really miss the one-on-one time with players. I mean, we'd go sit in one of the suites, and we'd do an interview for an hour or two, and just get my old tape recorder out there, and I would just fire away, ask questions, and you really can't do that anymore. So that's probably the biggest thing that I miss. You can get 5 minutes here, maybe 10, but to sit down with somebody for an hour, those days are gone.
Yeah, them days look like they long gone, but it's because everybody is so on lockdown nowadays. You can't. It's hardly to get somebody on camera, or, even trying to ask them a few questions. It's like they built like we're robots now. Like they know what you're gonna say, they know what you're gonna try to ask them, and they they revert the question back to other things. So I've been watching you. I know I watched you in my high school days on 810 Sports. Watching the highlights, see you on there. It was amazing. Can we talk about 810 Sports?
Yeah, I did some stuff with 810 and 610, but 38 the Sports Spot with Jack Harry was my. I mean, that was so much fun. Jack was like my idol growing up, right. And what was interesting was I was intimidated like crazy, So I did. They asked me to come on, and I did the first show with Lisa Holbrook, former sports anchor. She was the best, top shelf. So I go on again, and she goes, "Jack wants to meet you." I'm like, "What? Jack Harry wants to meet me? No, you're kidding me." And she goes, "No. He thinks you're really good." And so we talked, and he said, "You're my regular guy." And I think I did it for 3 years, maybe. 38 Sports Spot was so much fun. Local. I did some stuff with Metro Sports as well. But man, oh man, again, that was at a time when you could just be a fan and it's okay, and you could just kind of bring takes. But Jack always pulled stuff out of me. I remember one incident. It was Dick Vermeil's last year, and they were playing the Bills in Buffalo. And I don't know if you remember the game or not, but it was like I don't think Trent Green was the quarterback. I don't think they got past the 50-yard line one time. They were a 4-11 team at the time, or 4-10, and they lost like 10-3 or 10-6, something like that. And so Jack says, "Well, what do you think about that?" I said, "Man, if Dick Vermeil can't beat the Buffalo Bills as bad as they are, he doesn't need to be coaching anymore." So of course, the next day, I'm in the barrels of Arrowhead, and who walks up to me? Dick Vermeil. And he looks at me and he goes, "Nick," and he just does this classic shake your head. And I said, "Dick, man, I'm so sorry. I let my fandom out. I know you're a great coach." He goes, "Just settle down. I got this. We're going to be okay." They ended up not making the playoffs with 10-6 that year. And reason being, Pittsburgh Steelers were 10-6, had the tiebreaker. Had they beaten Buffalo on the road, then they would have been in the playoffs. And I think that team was special. I think it had a lot of talent. But, things like that, I miss. And the training camp and, River Falls was so much fun. So many crazy things. Stuff I could never publicly air. But we had a lot of fun.
Oh man, that sounds nice. It sounds like a heck of a career. So you've been in the game for 25 years. You got Chiefs Blitz coming back. You got the Chiefs coming. We got the Chiefs Blitz coming that you bringing up, and you chose us. To partner up with you, and I'm hyped about it. Dre's hyped about it. Can you talk to the people more about the partner, like how we teed it up?
Well, I've worked with a lot of different people, and I've had a lot of sports websites, a lot of Chiefs sites, and this is a new medium for me. Our Out of Bounds podcast was downloading 50,000 impressions at every show. We were a global thing. We were like with the hosting company. We were the number 2 sports site. And this is back in the day. I mean, we're talking 10 years ago, before all this video stuff. But the video stuff's not my element, as you know, Hans, because I struggle massively when it comes to this kind of thing. And you guys helped me out. But when we met, I had a good feeling about both of you, and I said, these are the guys I want to live and die with on this thing. We've had our lumps, but I think we'll get there. But I'm glad you guys are on board.
Yeah,
most definitely. I see, like, I'm always inspired, to hear like guys like you, they come on there, the veterans, that like I pay homage to that.
You just told me I'm old. You just told me I'm old, right?
No, you young. No, absolutely not.
Okay, it's all good.
Just because I got the Arizona Cardinal hoodie on doesn't mean I'm being very disrespectful. Come on. The kingdom, guys. The kingdom. I'm a big fan of the kingdom. But most definitely, like, because I take a lot from you. I take a lot from what you've done, and I kind of incorporate that into what I do. Because again, it's hard work, guys. It's hard work to do what we're doing right now. It's about being consistent all the time. So I applaud you, for everything you have done. Even though I'm kind of out of pocket because I'm with a bunch of Chiefs fans right now, and so I'm kind of like the lonely bird on the show right now. So it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, we need that spotlight now.
It's all right.
Get him out of here. Yeah, but at least gonna get him out here. We want to thank you for coming on. It was it's always everything you have done. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Oh, I appreciate that. It's been a lot of ups and downs, and for the first time, I think I'm in the right place.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
We gonna rock this thing out. So with that said, we want Nick. We want the people. It's amazing that you have chose us. So can you let the people know where they can find everything at again before we go into the next segment?
Yep. Go to chiefsblitz.com. From there, they can read all the articles. You can catch our YouTube. We're also going to take the audio portion of our shows too. And we set up a podcast network, and we're working on some of the back end things with that now. We try to put fresh content up every day. Obviously, when the season starts in 5 days, oh my God, I cannot believe it. It's George Brett days away from the home opener. But so again, we want to do things a little differently. I mean, listen, there's a lot of Chiefs content. There's a lot of bloggers. There's a lot of video guys. They all do a great job. They're all passionate. But I think there's a good chunk of my generation that still likes, the written word and to remember the 50 years between both Super Bowls. And that always drove me. And now we're in a luxury, we got the Rolls Royce, we got the King of the Kings and the Patrick Mahomes. So it's a different era. And so I'm excited about the future.
Let's go. Let's get into it. So, like you said, ChiefsBlitz.com. That's what the BowTie Sports is teaming up with. So let's go ahead and get into some breaking news with the Commanders, guys. So go ahead and get off my screen.
News team, assemble!
We had a little breaking news. The Commanders have sold out their first home game in a while in week 1 versus the Arizona Cardinals. What you guys think about that?
Go Birds. Bird gang. I have really, I don't know, because it's jam-packed to see the Commanders lose. I know Bieniemy's y'all guy. I know y'all want to see Bieniemy do good, but they playing my guys. I really don't care about what they do on that side. All I care about what my guys is going to do. That makes sense. The killers.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see how many more guys they trade before Sunday. So, I don't know what kind of roster they're going to have left. I mean, this is the best tanking job I've ever seen. By far, better than Miami's.
Oh man! All right, that's cool. So it's all right, but we're doing it just to get better. You got to tighten up a little bit. You got to tighten up. So we just tighten up.
Well, you got the first and second draft picks. So
absolutely,
that's a pretty good deal.
Now we talking.
They got a plethora of picks.
Yeah.
The question is,
12.
They have the right head coach. What are they going to do with Kyler Murray? They clearly want the kid from USC, and they'll probably get the 2 top players of the draft because they've got Houston's pick. And listen, I mean, if the new general manager is willing to sacrifice the season, which is the right decision to make, and the head coach is not going to be forced to bring Kyler Murray back because they're probably going to trade him, then it's a good plan. Just I'm surprised the Chiefs haven't got involved in some of the player exodus yet.
I believe it's going to be a tank, kind of a tank season. I just want to see the direction they go. And what direction? What kind of what's our philosophy? That's all I want to know this year. What's our philosophy, and what we're gonna bring to the season? Like with the coach, what are we bringing to the season? So if we are a team that built on attacking, I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
So what y'all think about the Commanders? Like they got the new ownership, new everything. They redoing the stadium and everything. They fixing a little thing around the stadium, all the leaks and stuff. And to sell out their first home game in a lot of years, I think that's very big for the Commanders. What do you think about them coming up this upcoming season?
I mean, that's big. I mean, because this is Bieniemy's time to show what he can do and show why he was the anchor behind the Chiefs Super Bowl runs. He was the guy calling the play. Sorry, Bieniemy over here. They're going to show out. Bieniemy is the real offensive coordinator. He's the real man behind the wheel. All right.
Which wheel we drive? We talk about the Chiefs drive or the Commanders drive.
I'm gonna say suddenly, Bieniemy won the Super Bowl for y'all. So with that being said, I got Bieniemy doing good things. I got Bieniemy doing good things for the Commanders.
We're gonna find out. That's the truth.
Yeah, we are most definitely.
That's the truth. We're gonna have to see what he can do because he got the chance over here with the Chiefs, and also he getting the chance over there to actually be like to have the spotlight actually on him. Yeah. So we'll see with that. We see what he's gonna do over there. I hope he does great. I hope he does good. You know what I mean? I hope he comes out and have his players, running through the wall for him. But I can see them going. I can see them winning, but I also can see them losing because they got a good defense over there. It's going to be to see what the quarterback play
You
is
know
going to
what?
turn.
You know what's crazy? Real quick, under the enemy, I think Kansas City was ranked top 10, top 5 in offense under the enemy.
Dre,
So
we know all well that Andy Reid was calling them plays, sir.
I'm not. I wouldn't speak about Andy Reid. I wouldn't. I was speaking about the enemy.
We
All
all
right,
know
I'm talking
Andy
about
Reid.
being. We ain't
Everybody in
talking about
America
Philly
knows.
Eagles, Andy Reid. All right, we're talking about the enemy. You know, he was the hard nose. He was the grit behind that offense.
Mhm.
He was the grit. So I want to see what enemy going to bring to the team, and I see them going. We're having a top 10 offense this year because they got great weapons. It got good receivers. The quarterback, he's young, prosperous, right?
Mhm.
Got great potential. I can see him actually executing well, and their defense with Chase Young over there, a healthy Chase Young, can make some noise. But I definitely see them at least top 10 in offense this year. I
Okay.
see.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I think it's possible. I mean, I agree with Hens. I mean, Andy Reid and Matt Nagy were the offensive coordinating machine last year. Eric's job was important though. It was to prepare the guys for the sets and the personnel and all things you have to do, and you have to be on the same page to do it. I think Eric
Absolutely.
got every opportunity,
Mhm.
to be the guy. He's had 18 interviews, couldn't get a head coaching job. And now, listen, he started pretty rough in Washington, let's be honest.
They did.
Before the sale of the team, I believe.
Mhm.
So, listen, I'm rooting for the guy. He's not a bad guy. I think he did a good job in Kansas City. I thought he was a good offensive coordinator. I think he was the best running backs coach they ever had in the
Mhm.
history of the organization. But at
Mhm.
the end of the day, he got a chance. I'm sure Ron Rivera got a little twisting from Andy, brought him in, and we'll see what he can do.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm excited just to see that offense under the best offensive head coach on the Chiefs team. Um, I think BM is going to do great things. But even if he do have a bad year, it's normal, guys. Remember, it's normal. It's his first year, really. Like I want to say to his own, not under Andy Reid, but really on his own without Coach Reid. Right? That makes sense. So I want to see that this year. But other than that, I'm excited for the Commanders, though. For real, honestly, I am
Yeah.
excited.
So let's get into the other breaking news.
News team, assemble!
We got a little breaking news. Mike Evans is looking for a new contract, but the contract is not going through. Can you see Mike Evans getting traded to the Chiefs or anybody else? What you guys think about that?
The Chiefs.
Heck yes.
The
In a
Chiefs.
heartbeat, in a
Hold,
heartbeat, in a heartbeat, in a heartbeat, in a heartbeat.
hold on, Nick. But what y'all gonna give up for him? What y'all gonna give up? What trade? What value are y'all gonna give to get
It
this man?
it depends, He's got a good agent. The Bucks they're in Tom Brady Capel. They cannot do anything with these guys. They're going to be bad this year. They're an
Yeah.
organization in disarray. They've got some talent. And if they're smart, they'll start trading them. But if it's a fourth round pick, conditional to a 3, I make that trade. Now, who do the Chiefs give up? I mean, who knows? We haven't played a game yet. They got 7 wide receivers, and there's a chance somebody gets hurt. But
Arizona.
if Mike, no one wants him. He goes from first string in preseason to third string once the regular season.
But I think Mike Evans with y'all would be so dangerous because I got again Rasheed Rice, where everybody's so up and down on because he dropped a couple passes,
Yeah,
right?
he'd be fine.
Right. Justin Ross, which a stud in the making. His route running ability is crazy. He can get open at will. Then you bring in Mike Evans.
Yep.
A seasoned guy that guess what? Justin Ross can learn from.
Yep.
And he's still in his prime. So if y'all can pull that out, Kingdom, if y'all can pull that out, y'all still gonna beat my Cardinals though. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. But if y'all can pull that out, y'all going to be number 1, like hands down. I don't see no defense stopping y'all, except for JG.
Yeah, just they can trade Justin Watson back to Tampa. He's got he's got a very low contract. He could be part of a trade. Now Justin Watson to me is kind of the he's one of those glue guys. He can play every receiver position, so you got to be really careful in making that decision. But if the deal's right, listen, the Bucks aren't getting a first or second or third rounder for him.
Right.
I would be surprised. But if it's a fourth, and assuming they sign Mr. You Know Who, and they have some cap space, I would definitely explore it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Explore it. I'll give up everything for him. I'll give up a third, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Justin Watson, and in a slab of ribs from Kansas City.
A slab of ribs. Depends on where the ribs coming from, though.
Yeah. That's
coming
the key.
from.
Where's it coming from?
Where is it? Come on, Nick.
Right.
Where's it coming from? We talking about
Oklahoma Joe's.
No, keep going.
Nah,
what's yours?
boo that.
What's yours, Andre?
Jack
I don't know. I'm gonna say Jackson. Well, I'm a homegrown. I'm gonna say Gates because I love their sauce. Shout out to Gates. I love their sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Their sauce is amazing, but
no,
if
still not the best.
Okay, Nick. So who's the best? Who has the best sauce then?
Smokehouse has the best.
Okay.
They got the best beans.
Okay.
They got the best bean. They got the best beans by far. I mean, when I used to fly back in, the first stop I'd go is there and get a quart of beans. They went from $10 a quart to $20, but it's certainly worth it.
Okay.
But yeah, their barbecue chicken, their brisket. Oh my God, it just melts in your mouth. I'm telling you.
Well, Nick, you didn't mess up. Now I'm going to Smokehouse.
It has sentimental value. My first date with my wife was at Smokehouse in OP over in the park before they tore it down. So it has a little extra special meaning. I know.
So that's why Nick is all going for Smokehouse because it's your first date. That's what that was.
Your first date.
I'm talking about some real sauce. I'm talking about some Gates.
So that's a big deal for the Bucks. Mike Evans is he had Tom Brady, but if you imagine him with Patrick Mahomes,
or Kyler Murray,
or
Kyler Murray,
you sitting on the sideline holding clipboards. Well, I don't think that's. But we got other breaking news.
News team, assemble!
Another breaking news: the Chiefs has claimed quarterback Rush for a 5th round draft pick. He was a 5th round draft pick for the Colts. What you guys think about that guy?
Listen. South Carolina stud Rush. Y'all got Darius Rush. He's a 1st rounder, right? 1st round potential, and y'all get him. That's a steal to me. That is a steal because that's what Specs want. Specs want a physical corner, and he got that. I feel like this. Mark my words, Kingdom. I'm in and out with y'all, but I'm gonna say this. This is gonna probably be the best corner on y'all team.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be your best team, your best corner on y'all team.
Well, I'll give him some time, but I mean, he was probably a late 2nd, early 3rd round pick. If you looked at the whole thing, look at the draft boards, the conversations and things like that.
Yeah.
Then hold on, I'm getting a refill on my water. Thank you.
All
right. Is that right? Little parts.
Listen, I mean, he graded out very high.
He
did. It was someone that Brett Veach had on their board. I'm sure of it. Mm-hmm. The fact that he slipped to number 32 on the waiver wire tells you that some teams didn't do their homework because he'll be a backup guy. He'll probably play some special teams, but he's a physical receiver that if you give him a couple of months under Spags, by the time we hit November, December, he could be a rotation guy. But it was a terrific pickup.
You know what? You said rotation. Now, guys, follow me on this one. Now, Mr. BowTie, I know I'm very critical with the secondary. Watson is okay. McDuffie is growing. Right. He's getting better, right? Mm-hmm. Joshua Williams, to me, I know everybody love he buying property, buying homes. I get that. All right, I get that. But the production on the field, it bothers me. It bothers me, Kingdom. I don't understand it. But with Darius Rush coming in, it's going to do y'all some justice because I guarantee you, when he comes in, he's taking the spot.
Right.
He's taking the spot. Because if y'all notice, every big play happened in the secondary. Yeah, every big play happened in the secondary, guys, was on Joshua Williams.
Right.
Well, that's not totally fair. I mean, he made some big plays. let's be honest. He made some. He
you
made.
for
Listen,
you to say
he's a
that, Nick.
rookie. He's a
I
rookie.
mean,
He's a rookie.
he is, but can you
See, you're
count on
not
him
old
though?
enough to remember pre-Andy Reid years. We didn't play rookies. Herm didn't like to play rookies. Dick
Yeah,
Vermeil
okay.
never played rookies unless you were something really special.
But why
And
is that
Andy,
though?
up until last year, didn't like to play young guys either. And what does he do? Says the heck with it. We're going to play the depth chart this year.
Like Sam said. Sam said it's a good pickup. It's a good pickup, Dre. So Dre said it's a good pickup. Everybody said it's a good pickup. I want to see the guy ball out.
I want to see Williams go.
No, Joshua Williams is a good
Man,
is a good.
Kingdom.
Me and Nick. That's our guy. That's our guy.
I know y'all like it because he buy good property and he sits there have a good conversation. We talking about on the field. On the field of play, guys.
He'll be just fine. Don't worry.
Okay. I believe you, Nick, this year. I'm going to hold y'all to that this year.
The corners have to be good this year because the pass rush, without you know who, or with you know who even, they're still going to have to, they're going to have to create some, they're going to have some guys who can play tight coverage, man-to-man coverage, because if they don't, it could be a struggle. But all those guys are fast, they're physical, they're strong, they're smart. I like the makeup of the secondary.
I do too. I really do. I just like the way y'all got a steal in this guy that can handle his own. I love the pick because he was on my board. I was like, yo, remember I talked about that Darius Rush? I was like, man, from South Carolina, he was on my board. I was like, and the coach let him go. Wow.
Yeah.
Chiefs got him with specs.
Crazy. Chris Ballard, the GM of the Colts, he's got a tough gig with Irsay as the owner. That's a young quarterback and the running back who's one of the best. And so whatever personnel moves they make, there had to have been some sort of clash. And again, if he's got a good agent, he got his wish. And the fact that he fell to the Chiefs, hey, the 31 other teams in about a year or two, gonna think, man, they got him on waivers. Oh man, that's how I feel.
That man needs some State Farm. That's what he needs. He should have signed State Farm or something, man. Because the way the Colts organization that you started like Jonathan Taylor is already don't want to be there no more, right? Darius Rush, right? One of the best young corners. You waved him off, and you start AR-15, Anthony Richardson. You start him as a rookie. Now, to me, the potential is great. Even the great Patrick Mahomes had to sit behind Alex Smith,
right?
His first year, right? Yep. Why not let him sit behind Maskew? What's his name? Maskew. I don't care who he is. He's a veteran and he's seasoned. Let that man sit behind him and learn and take notes. You threw that man in there. Now he's gonna have some exciting plays, but can we really count on AR-15 for real? Honestly, no. So I think to me, something going on in the organization.
So this is a great pickup for the Chiefs Kingdom. I think he's gonna be wearing number 30. Do you see him coming out the practice squad and coming onto the roster sometime this year?
Absolutely, first game.
No, he's on the 53-man roster right now.
Oh, he is.
No.
So
they had to put him on. They had to put him on the active roster to claim him.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. That's why I was reading. Somebody put out there. I think it was you that put it out there, Nick, or I think somebody put it out there. That I was.
Yeah,
reading.
No. When you claim a guy off waivers, he has to go on your 53-man roster. Now you can claim guy. You can release guys on your practice squad and place them on the practice squad. But this was counting against the 53 that the Chiefs sent into the league as their 53 to start the season.
Okay. Hold on, Nick. My guy Sam over here, he's talking a little crazy right now. He said, "Hold up. Only reason why Pat was behind Alex was because Andy and the team was trying to help him build stats because he knew he was gone." Y'all gotta stop playing with Alex Smith, man. Alex Smith was the real deal.
He was.
He was the real deal, and he got there, guys. I told everybody this though, Nick. It wasn't Alex Smith's fault. It was the defense. They lost because they couldn't hold water.
Well,
Sam, I'm with you. Dre's he a little cuckoo today. He a little cuckoo.
How is that cuckoo? Alex Smith was the best quarterback.
He talking about Alex Smith. Oh man,
come on. The only thing with Alex Smith was he couldn't throw the ball. He didn't have a power arm. He didn't have a power arm.
I was with you. I was with you with you and Nick for a minute, and y'all gonna say Alex Smith. Come on, man. We all
they trying to throw salt on Oh, it's all right.
I wasn't throwing salt. Alex Smith was a good quarterback, but I'm just saying, like, if Patrick Mahomes started his rookie year, we would have like 2 more Super Bowls.
But
you know,
do you
No. I completely disagree with you.
Absolutely,
1,000%. I'll tell you why.
Mhm.
I think. Listen, when Mahomes was going through the draft process, he was the 3rd, 4th round draft pick, and then a couple of teams.
I usually don't do this to people new that's guests on the show, but Nick,
hold on. I think
let the man cook. Hence, let the man cook.
What Andy did, and the willingness of Alex to do it
Right.
for that full year. And what did Mahomes do that whole year? He was the guy emulating all the other quarterbacks in practice.
Right.
You're talking about almost every rep that the defense faced, they were facing Mahomes. And that learning experience, the tutelage of Alex Smith, the fact that they're still good friends, I don't think Patrick Mahomes wins his first Super Bowl if he hadn't had that year with Alex, because he went through the heartbreak. I remember when he played the Lions, and I just said, break the streak, win a game, and I was like, cool, and then they go play the Patriots, and he almost willed him then, but that experience being with Alex really helped him, and those 2 years before he won his first Super Bowl, to me, where each year was just as critical as the other in his maturation process.
Absolutely. I agree, because again, you had to get your seasoning. You had to sit back and get your seasoning. Now, if you're going with an organization that doesn't have a good veteran quarterback, then I get it, because y'all want to win now. I want to throw him in there. It's fine. But when you got a guy that's a decent quarterback, a still good quarterback, just sit behind him and learn. Like, your time is coming. It's already coming. It's already set in stone. You're going to start, but sit behind him and learn something. Learn some breakdown. Learn the defense. Learn what you're supposed to do, what you don't supposed to do. Just sit back and learn. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yep.
So he's a great pickup. You know what I mean? So we is he gonna be starting on 53? So I hope to see what he do on special teams, or he probably come in like Isaiah Pacheco did, take a grown man job. So
Williams.
He said could be. So let's get into it, man. Let's get into the week Thursday night preview, the Chiefs versus the Lions. And Dre's only one on in Kansas City that saying the Lions are gonna beat the Chiefs. So let's go ahead and get the preview, guys. Let's get it in here. Since he's talking, get him off the screen, guy. Get him off the screen. Let's go ahead and talk about this. We got the Chiefs versus the Lions coming up week 1, guys. And what do you guys think about that? We go ahead, Nick. Let's you go first.
Well, I mean, I think for the players, this is a pretty important game, because they didn't get to celebrate after the COVID Super Bowl.
Right.
I think that was a big deal. I think it tempered the accomplishment of breaking the 50-year gap between Super Bowls. And I think that's why this offseason you see these guys, partying every opportunity. I mean, they basically partied from February to June till the ring ceremony. And then Andy said, no more. Let's focus on the here and now. But, so I think they're going to be amped up. Listen, I like the Lions football team. I love Dan Campbell. I love his shtick. I love the way he coaches. I love the way he calls out his players. I love the way he's just an old school football coach, and we don't have enough of those. And Goff is a good quarterback. I mean, he and Mahomes played arguably probably one of the top 5 regular season games of all time. The Rams and the Chiefs back in the day, a few years back. So we don't really know. Their defense is good. Aiden Hutchinson is a beast. Their wide receivers, have a little bit to be desired, but I think that the Chiefs are going to be too pumped up to let this game slip through the cracks. I'm not saying it's going to be a blowout, but I think they handled the Lions pretty easily. When push comes to shove, especially in the second half.
It's like music to my ears, guys. Right? Let's not forget what y'all going through right now with Chris Jones. Let's say it's Christopher Jones doesn't sign this deal, right? And they still have some hoorah. So Aiden Hutchinson is going to give those tackles some work. Taylor, right on the other side. Both left and right tackles going to get some work from Hutchinson, right? We don't know where he's going to line up, but he's going to get some work.
Hutchinson ain't that guy. It's not that guy.
They got a fast linebacking core. They got a thumper at safety, right? And they got Golf. Golf beat Mahomes. Golf is 1-0 against Mahomes. And they with the weapons they got weapons out the backfield.
Goff beat Daniel Sorensen twice.
Daniel Sorensen.
That's all.
Yeah, he did. Hey, you know what? Just say as a community, as a kingdom, he won as a kingdom. He beat the kingdom.
Okay. That's
but looking at the talent they got with Gibbs,
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
They're not that guy. Come on.
Speaking from a Williams fan. All right. So I'm gonna say this. The Lions gonna give the Chiefs a lot of problems because the Lions are coming to earn their respect. You see, when you play for respect, it's different than playing for the win. They're playing for respect. So they're gonna bring to Kansas City. Whether the Chiefs like it or not, they're gonna bring to Kansas City. They're gonna punch him in the mouth. They're gonna punch him in the mouth. So I don't want Kansas City out there relax like, okay, this is Detroit. We know what they're about. Go out there with that grit and that fire because Detroit is coming. To go against the Super Bowl champs, to go against the champs first game, and y'all should have been in the playoffs. They coming. So I hope Kansas City is ready. I hope the kingdom is ready because Detroit, they coming.
Okay, I can see. I see all that. I understand all that, but
I don't think you understand it though.
Half of their players are not going to be there because they have gambling problems. They cannot stay away from the boat. They could not
go in the Chiefs kingdom.
They can't stay away from everything. They can't stay away from everything. They can't stay away from spending big cash. You know what I mean? They can't stay away from nothing. So with that said, Dre, you know what I mean? Like you said, like y'all said, speaking of Chris Jones, man, he's going to have to be out there. He's going to have to be out there. He's going to have to be
definitely
out there because the Detroit Lions do. If a lot of Chiefs fans don't know, they do have a good offensive line. You know what I mean? They have a good offensive line. So we gonna need Mr. Jones to be showing up out there on the field.
Like what I say yesterday, there's no Big Macs. I'm out there ready to save y'all money because if he ain't coming, you ain't getting no Big Macs. No Mac attack. If he ain't coming, you better save up. You better save up, man. But again, Chris Jones is going to be needed because he's a freak. He's a beast. Like, look at the percentage. Look at him. That boy dominant. He dominates.
Right.
Come on, But guys, Nick, I'm gonna say this. If the Chiefs come out there and they get a healthy rotation of guys, they can get after the quarterback and get constant pressure. It's a whole different conversation then.
Yeah, man.
Let's see what Chris. Let's see what Travis Kelce had to say.
Situation. Do you want to talk about it?
Oh man, Chris, can you please come back? You're really scaring me, man. I don't get it. You must know something that I don't know because I just don't get it. I really want to get another Super Bowl ring with you, brother. This is me bargaining you to just come back and play football for the Chiefs. Sweet.
Yeah, man.
So what y'all think? What y'all think about Chris Jones? What Travis Kelce had to say about it? What y'all say?
He knows something. Trust me. And that, listen, Brett Veach started this the whole week, in his press conference and indicated that they've been talking. Then Travis comes out. Andy does the typical coach speak and says, hey, we're only going to play the guys that are here, blah, blah, blah. Clearly they got the message. And then Mike Florio at Pro Football Talk puts the article out today that it is a 3-year deal, basically. $84 million guaranteed. He'll get an increase in pay this year, 2 more years, $75 million in injuries. That's under Donald and it's over everybody else by ways. So listen, I work with Mike Florio back in Pro Football Talk at the very beginning stages. And I know he's pretty dialed in, and clearly somebody got the message, and it sounds to me like they're going to get something done. And I would not be shocked. And I'm going to go out on a limb here. I would not be shocked if he's at practice tomorrow or Monday.
Definitely.
Okay. Okay.
Definitely, because I feel like Chris Jones knows how important he is to the team, and he
Mhm.
knows how much the kingdom needs him. He knows, like, y'all, your hands and knees begging for this man to come back. Honestly,
All
not
right, Dre,
me,
you're not that guy,
not
pal.
me.
You're
I'm
not.
not begging nothing. Hey, bro, you don't step it up, man. We move up. You know what I'm saying? But again, Chris Jones is very important to the team, man. Because
Yep.
if it comes down to the wire, who's going to get pressure? If y'all can't get, I know, like some dominant pressure up front, Bengals winning all day. Bengals going to win it. So remember,
Yeah.
Joe Burrow.
Man, get out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. So like Nick said, he won't be surprised if he's back. Practice tomorrow, Monday. Out on the field on Thursday. So,
Right.
with that said, man, let's get into we not so serious with the Joker and the Cowboys and how Prescott is signing Packers hats without knowing. What you guys? Let's get into that.
He needs glasses. I don't know. I
You need
mean,
another bowl of soup.
yeah, something like that. Maybe he didn't get enough Campbell's soup. So, it's. Listen, I'll be honest with you. I've got a collectibles, pretty good bunch of collectibles, and I've got some oddball signings that don't really match, and sometimes people like that kind of thing. So, who knows? Maybe it's a precursor that Dak will be the quarterback of the Packers someday. Who knows?
All right, let's get right into it.
I say we break into the place, trash the office, and make off with the records and say it was industrial espionage.
I thought my jokes were bad.
Yeah, welcome, Don. Welcome back. We have Prescott out there throwing the signing stuff that he don't know what he's signing. He said that it's the Packers, the Packers, signing that they have that they can't want it. And but again, we have Prescott. It's Prescott. Is he out there? He is signing. Is out there just signing anything? Is he out there just signing his life away? Just don't know what he just out there signing. But then let's see what happened, guys. This is what happened. Prescott was up there on the field. He was up there on the field. He seen the fan. The fan was like, "Hey, can you sign this for me? Can you sign this for Prescott?" He didn't know he was signing the Packers there.
Not paying attention, just like on defense. You don't pay attention to defense.
It's a very fair point.
Good point.
Thank you for signing in.
No way. Did I just sign a Packers hat? What happened?
Too late. Interception.
He was like, what the heck? What did I just sign? Did I just sign a Packers hat? Did I just how can you do in that moment, Dre? What would you do in that moment, Coach?
You know what you just said, Joe? This is the only time I'm going to agree with you, young man. I'm going to say this. He said, I didn't know I signed that. I didn't know I threw that pick. I didn't know that safety was right there. I didn't know Diggs was going to jump that route. And that's what it sounds like. So he got exposed. The man doesn't pay attention, man. Go ahead, Joe, man. Go ahead.
What do you think about that, Mr. Nick? What you think?
I mean, listen, these guys sign a lot of autographs, and probably he's had a lot more odd things thrown at him to sign than this. This is probably the PG version, to say the least. I mean, he's an NFL starting quarterback. He plays for America's team. Who knows what he really thinks he's signing? But hey, I mean, I've been to enough signings, and I've had players say, "What? You want me to sign what? You want me to sign this?" And or you want me to sign it this way? Sometimes they oblige, sometimes they don't. But
right.
Oh well. Boys will be boys.
So Jerry, Coach Jerry, you said that Prescott start picks in practice, that he goes so much picks that he don't know what they saw.
He did a no. Okay, only Mahomes. This is the only time I'll give Mahomes some credit. Only Mahomes can make a no look throw, right? He tried it and missed. He tried it and failed. Even with the autograph signing, right?
I know. That's crazy. Get off the screen, sir. Go out on the screen. Get out of there, sir. We don't need you on the screen, sir. You out here worrying about what you do always. But the thing is, if you don't know what you signed, don't just be out there signing your life away. So with that said, guys, I'll be back next week, and I'll see what I have next time. All right, guys.
I don't want to kill you. What would I do without you? Go back to ripping off mob dealers? No. You complete me.
You're garbage. You kills for money.
Don't talk like one of them. You're not. Even if you'd like to be. To them, you're just a freak. Like me. They need you right now. When they don't, they'll cast you out. Like a leper. You see, their morals, their code. It's a bad joke. Dropped at the first sign of trouble. They're only as good as the world allows them to be. I'll show you. When the chips are down, these civilized people, they'll eat each other. See, I'm not a monster. I'm just ahead of the curve.
He's speaking so I love that part. He was just speaking facts. That's why with the kingdom. That's why I be feeling with the kingdom, man. I'm just speaking facts, man. Continue on, sir.
So basically, you know, I mean, Prescott is out here just signing things that he don't know what he's signing. He just out here just looking at stuff, just looking like I'm speeding up, getting through it, just like Joanna Man with the stamp. You remember Drake with the stamp?
I remember that. I remember
with the stamp. So let's get it. So what you have on for us today was not sticking with the schemes, Drake.
Well, we're gonna have one of the best young head coaches coming out, right? Mr. JG, Mr. the Man, Mr. Killer himself. Michael Myers himself. You hear me? Let's jump right into it, sir. Go ahead and set me up, man. Set me up.
Get him off the screen. Get him off the screen. Dre always got something to say and don't know what he's talking about. So let's get this show on the road. We have Sticking with the Schemes with Coach Dre talking about that Cardinals head coach. Let's see if you missed the video, let's go ahead and run it.
Welcome back. Who drove over here? Quick, let me see your hands. Who took the bus? Did you have fire in your gut? Did you? We're here for a reason. Don't get that twisted. Okay, we're here for a reason to win games. So if you didn't have that fire in your gut, you better light the fire pretty fast. Be who you are. Just understand, I'm looking for killers.
Let this sink in your spirit real quick. All right, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you why, like what he mean. I'm gonna tell you what his. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about him and his coaching in Philly, real quick. My man, since he joined Philly, right? They were second in defense, right? They were second in defense. You know, they were second in total defense. They was 10th in passing defense, right? So within 2 years, they got better. They went from 10th the first year. Sorry, 10th the first year. They went third. I said third, second. I believe. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry because I'm so excited. Regardless of the fact, my man, he was top 10 in defense because he had killers. Now back to you, Nick. You're talking about the field. If that field was beautiful and well cut, if they didn't put no water on that field, the Eagles beat the Chiefs.
Stop, Dre. Stop it.
Eagles beat the Chiefs because that pass rush was so good. It was so great. And you look
they couldn't touch Mahomes though.
Orlando Brown and who was the other guy? It doesn't matter. Y'all make them look like studs. All I'm saying, that year the Eagles defense was tremendous. I'm not gonna knock Andy Reid because Andy Reid is one of the greatest offensive minds in the game. So I will give Andy Reid that. But besides Andy Reid, there's no coach that can have no offensive mind that could out coach JG on defense.
So you saying he was one of the best defensive coordinators?
Absolutely. 2 years, top 10 defense, went from 10 to second. Right?
What you got to say? What you got to say about that, Nick?
All right, I want to be accurate here. Patrick Mahomes, 21 to 27, 182 yards, 3 touchdowns. In the second half, he scored 24 points, 24 straight points.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he had an incomplete pass in the second half.
Mm.
What did Andy do to come out the first half? What did Andy do? He ran the ball. Was Mr. Gannon ready for that? Nope. What did Andy keep doing? He ran the ball. And he kept running the ball. And they created the opportunities for Patrick Mahomes on a hobbled leg, also have wallowing in the turf, go out there and play one of the best halves of his career. And that's why they won. They won because 24 to 11, they outscored him in the second half. And they did it because Patrick doesn't make excuses.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't care who he's facing.
Mm-hmm.
And if he can beat Lou Amoreno from the Bengals, and he can beat Jonathan Gannon back-to-back weeks, I'm telling you, there's not a defensive coordinator that's going to stop him. And I think that Gannon was a interesting choice for the job, but not who I would have picked, to be honest with you. But the Cardinals are not known to be the sharpest organization. However, they did clean up from their mistakes. They got rid of 2/3 of what they have to get rid of, Murray being the last part of it. And I hope they turn it around because you know what? There's a lot of great fans of football in the state of Arizona, a lot of Cardinals fans. So, but listen, I think he's going to be in over his head this year, but he's not going to have a hook. And he knows what his job is. His job is to survive the season, play some young guys, see what they've got. But Gannon, listen, I mean, you know, he plays the 49ers in the NFC title game with, you know, a running back at quarterback. It makes it pretty easy to be successful, you know, and I don't think they played enough tough opponents last year to sit there and say to me, they could beat the best consistently. Now, they'll have that issue this year. I'll give them that. And then without Gannon this year, because I think he's an important piece. Don't get me wrong. I'm not discrediting him as a defense coordinator. I just happen to think that, hey, you know, they got a guy they might miss, but their schedule's a whole lot tougher.
I'm gonna say that's a good piece you just brought there to the table. Let's remember, guys, that field was wet. That field was wet. They ran the ball because the field was wet. Well, I get what you're saying, right? And let me input a little nugget. I'm put a little nugget in your basket. All right. I'm gonna say what happens, right? Purdy was out there. What happened to Purdy? What happened to Purdy? That pass rush. Them killers came after him. Right? they went, man. The man was attacking so much to where they had to settle for a running back playing quarterback. McCaffrey did I played quarterback, but come on, guys. I want to run the ball. That's what the Eagles did. The Eagles put them in a bad predicament. They went to the last string guy that was gross. The man was at McDonald's passing out food, man.
As you watch the video, man, you see the players were like they were hype. They were just looking like, is he really talking about who drove the bus? You know, I need a fire up. What was he talking about there? Like, come on, did he download this? Did he download this speech off of Amazon or something? I don't know.
No. Kingdom. We're not gonna do that, Kingdom. Okay, Mr. Cussing Mahomes, Mr. Profanity Mahomes. Right now, he did some backlash for that now. But all I'm saying is this, guys. You got to set the tone. And hey, Nick, you was right. The organization was bad. Trust me, it was horrible. They was picking up old veterans. They was counting on old players in their mid-30s to come in instead of going younger, instead of developing good players. Because we had a bunch of great players. They just couldn't. They feel like we need veterans out here. We let the young ones go, but we need real seasoned old veterans. He wanted to relive that magic with these old veterans. JJ Watt. He wanted that old JJ Watt.
We'll see what they do with the Commanders' first game. So we want to thank everybody.
Hold on. Wait. We see what they do. Nah, they're gonna dominate.
Oh, please.
All right, now go ahead.
Stop.
Now go ahead. Continue.
Stop. Stop.
The floor is yours, man.
That's
I'm not gonna say they aren't gonna dominate. I'm just saying, and I'm of the adage. I'm old enough to prove it. You know, any given Sunday, any team can beat anybody. It takes a break here.
Absolutely.
It takes an interception. It takes momentum. It takes crowd. You know, anything could happen.
Chris Jones. It takes Chris Jones away, and it takes for Detroit attacking Williams too. So hello. So with that being said, man, I'm gonna give a great thank you to Nick. Came out here and did a phenomenal job. Even though the Lions are going to beat the Chiefs by 2.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna make this official. If the Chiefs win, you're taking me to Smokehouse for lunch.
Absolutely.
And if the Lions win, I'm taking you to Gates. Fair?
Oh, that's fair to me.
Okay.
Fair to me. Let's go.
All right. I'll tell you my Gates stories when we're there.
I bet. Yeah, absolutely.
So we want to thank everybody for tuning in. We up to like 42 shares. We want to thank everybody for sharing. We want to thank everybody for watching.
Absolutely.
Sam, thank you for always being a loyal king of the BowTie Sports. And also, again, we are teaming up with Chiefs Blitz. You will also catch me and Dre on the Chiefs Blitz website, the pages, YouTube. You can catch us there. It's amazing. We've just been looking. I think God put us all three together for a reason. And I think we're going to all have to make this grow. And I think we're going to bring back the shine. Like when we was out there, like I didn't even get to speak about it when we was out there at the stadium, and the fans was just coming up to me and Dre and talking, and they'll just interact. Everybody loved our energy when we was down there yesterday at the Fan Fest thing and with the art thing, and all the people loved our energy and what we bring. So teaming up with a veteran that have seen it all,
the OG,
have done it all.
The OG of the kingdom, the OG of the kingdom, Nick, man, he's the OG of the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Like to team up, to go cross country, team up with one of the best fans, me, Cardinals, loyal. It's crazy. You know, it's crazy.
We don't take
with the OG.
I don't hold a grudge for whoever you root for.
We don't.
I have long suffered. I was a KU football fan. So there you go. Now I got something to be proud of, but it took, I don't know, a lot of embarrassment. And listen, I mean, this is what makes sports great. This is the best thing about it is, you know, you and I can razz you about the Cardinals and Gannon, and you can say things like the Chiefs are going to lose to the Lions. It doesn't matter. I respect your opinion. I like your opinion. If we all thought the same, we wouldn't have any fun.
Yeah, and it's all love. That's what people gotta understand. Like stand your ground, man. That's what make it healthy. That's what make it healthy.
I think that's why we be getting a lot of views, because people love like hearing Dre say that the Chiefs ain't gonna do this, or Chiefs ain't gonna do that, and we be getting like 1,000, 3,000, views each Saturday, and we want to thank everybody.
I'm speaking truth though.
Because he's speaking truth. Yeah, get him out of here. Get out of here. We want to thank Nick for coming on here, and again, guys, we are partnering up with Chiefs Blitz. Absolutely. This is breaking news for us. We tried to break it last Saturday, but we actually officially broke the news today from Nick. And we teaming up, and big things are coming for both. Both for all three of us. And I think God had put us together. Again, Nick? Before you close out, where everybody can find you at again?
Go to chiefsblitz.com. From there, they can check out the website and hit our YouTube channel.
Okay. With that being said, look, what I do, this hand, that hand is that hand. Get them off the screen. So with that said, we want to thank everybody for watching. See you guys next Saturday.